Hey everybody, it's episode 5, but can we just keep talking about episode 4? It was so good. It was so good. The whole episode was good. The ending was unbelievably good. It was one of the best pieces of television I've watched on my channel, and there's so many elements that go into making it that. Everything complements that scene, that whole 3 or 4 minutes. From the villain to Max, to the music, to what we've built up so far in the season. Here's the things that work for that final scene. One, the music. The Kate Bush song is iconically linked to that scene, and it's just the perfect. They set it up in episode 1, that she's listening to it, and then they bring it back in this episode. So you've already been primed for it. 2, you need the villain to be menacing. You need to feel like Max can die. And even though it's a TV show, even though it's like a Goonies-esque TV show, you need to feel like Max can die. And some of the things that make you think that she could die is that we've seen the 2 people die already. We've seen how they die. And we see, like, I was joking for the first few episodes that once you see that clock, you're done for. There's nothing you can do. You can't run away, you can't snap out of it, you can't do anything. Once he gets you, you're kind of stuck in this trance and there's no escaping it. You can't fight him off, you can't do anything. So when all these elements were being introduced to Max, you're like, oh shit. She sees the clock, she sees the visions, and then she goes into the trance and you're like, oh shit.
Max.
You know? I love the setting. The setting of where that whole aesthetic, the floating clock, everything in that setting, that the hellish nightmare setting, was so stylishly put together. And I said at the time it reminded me of Labyrinth, you know, but spooky and dark. We got this young girl and we got the king of the realm, you know, facing off against each other. But it's so sinister. So let's start with the scene. Like, let's take the scene chronologically. She arrives at this spooky kind of orangey red place. It's like bits of a home, you know, bits of probably that house. There's a stairway, there's a floating clock, and then she comes across Chrissy and Fred, all sort of mangled and trapped up against the thing. And this is where Vecna has been keeping them and feeding off them, and it's just so grisly and gruesome, and you're like, shit, this is where Max's story is going. This is what we're worried about happening. And he's so sinister, you know? He's so confident and slow. He moves slowly but confidently. He speaks slowly but with authority. And when he was speaking to Chrissy and he was speaking to Fred, it was like it was inevitable that he was getting them, you know? It was inevitable that it was their time. So Max gets got by the vines, you know, the tendrils, and gets put up against one of the pillars, like Chrissy and Fred. And at that moment, you're like, oh shit, quickly, guys, do something. Out in the real world, and they're scrambling for, you know, anything. They're scrambling for the music, and you're like, oh. Their energy, their haste, their hurry, their worry, you know, it feeds into how we're feeling. And we're like, oh, just find something, find the song, find something. And then they finally do. Kate Bush, great, ties into the first episode. Shoom. And you see a little glimmer, a little portal opens, you know? That's the way out, that's the way home. Hey, a little like, I don't know if you've ever seen it, the Dungeons and Dragons cartoon. They're always looking for a way home in that show. Sometimes through portals, you know? So very reminiscent of that. But then Vecna is so confident in the way he's speaking to Max. And we got the classic sort of lines when Max is trying to snap out of it. She's like, you're not here, you know? And he's like, but I am. You know, he's really confident. He looks at the portal, he's like, they can't help you. There's a reason you hide from them. You know, so confident, so assured. and the thing is, she's slowly being strangled, and the hope is being taken away, you know, and the music is playing, and you're like, oh, come on, Max. And then the best thing they could have done. Oh, I'm choking up just thinking about this. It's so good. They lift her up off the ground. We have that moment because we've seen it with Chrissy, we've seen it with Fred. We've seen these two stories play out, and it's so important that we see this. It's so important that we see how Chrissy dies. It's so important that we see how Fred dies, because those two deaths feed into Max. They feed this story, and they make it so good, because when she rises off the ground, in your brain you're thinking, oh shit, it's about to happen. She's about to, you know? And the music is playing, and she's rising, and it's just, that is like the perfect thing that they could have done. Not just wake her up from her trance, but to have it continue, to have it reach the moment of no return, you know? Oh. And then click, she starts having flashes of Lucas saying that he's right here and he doesn't need the letter. And then she starts flashing, and it's going with the music. She's having flashbacks to all the good times she's had with the whole cast. They're all super young. It's all so wholesome, and tears are dripping down my face, and I'm like, oh shit, the music is perfect. This moment, this little flash is perfect. You're like, oh Max, you better get out of this freaking thing, or I'm never watching the show again. Come on, Max. You know, she gets him. He drops her, and his tendrils grow back. And then you're like, shit, okay, Max, run, go. And the portal's in the distance, and she's slowly running towards it. And Vecna's slowly turning. He's still confident. You know, he's kind of pissed off. He's like, what? Do you think she'd get in the way? He's looking at her, and she's desperately running, and the music is playing. It's still going. And he's like, things start dropping on her, and she's blasted aside, and there's water, and she's scrambling through the muddy water, and the portal is still over there, and you're like, oh shit, she could die at any second now. He could just get her at the end, you know, and you know, that could happen in the real world, and it could be just the most horrific ending you've ever seen. And she's running, and she's running, and she's running, and the music is building to a crescendo, and then it cuts to black, and you're like, oh, did they just end the episode without us knowing whether she's alive or dead? And then it cuts to her eyes opening, and she falls, and everybody watching around the world has a collective feeling of relief, or a triumphant cry, or is just in complete tatters on the floor. And Lucas is hugging her, and he's like, oh, I thought we lost you. And the way he says that, the way he acts, that one line is just it's so emotionally charged. Like, he's like, he really thought he'd lost her, you know? Frank!
We lost you.
I don't know. You can't. Where does episode 5 go? You know, the show is consistently good. The rest of the show is consistently good and very entertaining to watch. But it just hit a peak. It hit an emotional, musical peak, and this sort of audience willing something to happen, and it all just crescendoing together. It was just like a perfect moment, you know. And I wouldn't be surprised that even after the entire show was finished, all 5 seasons, that people still talk about this episode and how it all came together at the end. And hey, I'm gushing over it, and I don't gush over nothing. But it was such a perfect combination of so many things, you know, the acting and the place the story was in, the emotion of the story, the music, the running, the portal, freaking being floated off the ground, you know, the suspense of what that means and how close she was to being completely snapped in two in front of her friends. And the scrambling outside to try and help her, to try and save her. Like, the whole episode is because she'd written those notes, those letters to everybody. It was all about her saying goodbye to people, and it was heartbreaking, you know? That's great. Great storytelling. So in a way, I'm glad that I talked at the end of the last episode about the stories being split into 3 at the moment. And maybe it's for the best, because we had this little bubble of people working on saving Max that really worked, you know? And then we could separate ourselves to follow the kind of the goofier side story with Joyce and Murray and Hopper and Enzo Antonov. It's not really goofy. Like, Hopper's been through it. His freaking leg, his foot has been through it. You know, he's had a depressing season, but it's still the kind of the funnier side story. And also we've got the Jonathan, Mike, Will, Argyle, you know, John McClane storyline. That's also funny, you know, and tonally different. So both entertaining, but then we got this little crystallized perfect ball of entertainment over here with Saving Max. So that episode was just great. It's just great. And this episode is going to be focused on 11, I presume, based on the title. And getting her powers back. And I know she's going to want to maybe find Angela again, but hey, maybe try and help us with the Vecna thing first. Maybe. Anyway, I just wanted to talk about that, because when I was watching it, I wasn't really, reacting to something is some moments you shouldn't react to. Some moments you should shut the hell up and let it wash over you. For the most part I did, but you sort of realize in the moment, holy shit, this is, you know? I like to think that I make bad things better. You know, bad shows, bad TV shows. I like to think that my contribution makes them funnier, or, you know, I point out some funny things. But when something is so good, I feel like, oh shit, just leave it be, leave it. That's its. You know, don't go near it. It's a little perfect little bubble of something. But I felt like it needed to be talked about afterwards. So that is my talking about episode 4, the end of it specifically. There's so many other things I didn't talk about with that episode, and I'm not sure, maybe I should include this at the end of the season, or the episode 4 episode itself, because I know when people are tuning into episode 5, they're just gonna skip over all this. So I don't know. I know I do. Hey, we only got so many hours in the day, you know? Gotta skip to the good stuff. What else is happening in the show apart from all of this? You know, Hopper and co, everybody's trapped in Siberia, and the rest of them are coming here. That's it. So let's get to episode 5. Let's get to episode 5. And have fun. Have fun with this episode. Elle's gonna get her powers back slowly, and she's gonna don't kill anybody. But how is she gonna practice her powers without killing anybody? Maybe we've got a demon we've trapped. I don't know. Let's get into it. This guy, he survived. Don't kill him.
Oh no, we're gonna get you to the hospital.
You need to warn Owens.
So Owens, okay.
You need to warn Owens, but you're gonna die, buddy.
Okay, how do we find Owens?
There's a number.
Aw, this guy's so dead. He's given a final message.
Hey, hold on, come on.
Damn it.
Oh shit. Yeah. We should get off the road.
But can't they just follow us? Oh, the other guy's still alive too.
I know she was just here. And if you want to live, you're going to tell me where she is.
We'll find out soon enough. She's at a secret facility, learning how to be a mass murderer. Here she is. Hey, maybe you can test it on some more government guys when they come for you. Well, it is the middle of nowhere. They should build a secret government facility in like the suburbs. Nobody would think to search the suburbs. Everybody's going to be searching the desert. That's the classic. It looks like a door that goes nowhere. That opens up into the netherworld. We're going to the center of the earth. Stargate Command.
Yeah, you'll have to forgive the staring. You're a bit of a celebrity down here. They've all given up their lives, their jobs, their families to come work on this program.
But did they know she was going to be... Didn't they just literally grab her like a couple of days ago? Did they all get the call?
They call her Nina.
Does she have to get inside that? Is that who I think it is? Oh, it sure is. Don't freak out. I thought he might have been dead or not, something.
Let us work together again. Daughter. And Papa.
She's not having that. She's not having it. All you people are gonna die when she gets her powers.
You're home now.
Well,
You're home.
maybe she would have been better off with Vecna. Paul Reiser just stood around saying nothing. How much of the episode's gonna be here, do you think? I guess the basketball guys are still looking for Eddie. Where was Eddie in the last episode?
What I tell you, American. No run. You don't listen.
Hey, I almost got away, dude.
Now is going to be much pain.
Frick. Stay away from my foot. How Hopper is not dead already, we'll never know. He's the world's most indestructible man. Where's Antonov? Is he gonna be here too?
It could be worse, American.
Yeah, here he is.
At least you have company.
Oh, are we still here? We could do something about Yuri. And then take his plane and mount a rescue somehow? Joyce and Murray, international spies. Hey fellas, how's the fishing going?
When Rick get out of jail?
Justice system's a goddamn joke.
This is where Eddie is. Any food? Ooh, nice.
I'm gonna need a food delivery, like, really soon. Could you pick me up a six-pack? I know, it's stupid as shit.
Thanks, Nancy.
Dustin! Wake up! Aren't you supposed to be on Mac's watch?
Yep.
Where's Max?
Where is she?
Max is fine. I'm not worried about Max anymore. There she is.
Morning, guys!
Just never stop listening to it. Always listen to it.
Just couldn't sleep. People kept blasting music in my ears for some reason. It was like they were on display.
Chrissy and Fred.
Stained glass with roses. I've seen it before.
Is that in Victor's house, right? Oh, she's piecing it all together. It's gonna make a house.
It's pieces of a house.
Let's go there.
It's Victor Creel's house.
Where are you going?
We're all going on a road trip. Is this a flashback? Is she inside that thing? That machine thing? It's not real, Al. They're just doing this to get your powers back.
Well.
Who
Look who finally decided to join us.
Who are you?
Someone's a sleepyhead this morning.
Oh, kill him. It's just gonna be the same room. It's just gonna be the same room. See?
Well.
Oh, the blocks are back.
Heart rate's now 120 BPM.
Give her time. We shouldn't have just thrown her in there like this. She's gonna drown in there.
No. She is going to swim.
Is the tank full of water? Sensory deprivation chamber? We're burying him.
This is so messed up, man.
Oh, that guy was the best though.
I mean, if that guy would have lived one more second,
yeah, he would have been given us
we would know where she is.
the number.
Why didn't he just say the number?
Hey, does anybody know the dead dude's name?
What?
I'm making him a headstone.
And you do realize we spent all morning hiding the body.
Here lies unknown hero Agent Man. Yeah, saved. Argyle, Jonathan, Will, and Mike from certain death.
Yeah, just never don't do that. Just don't do that.
Okay, dude. Do your thing. Jesus Christ.
Just burn it later.
That's his pen. Why would he give me a pen that didn't work?
Also, something in the pen?
Hey, man, I'm using that.
Something inside it?
What are you doing?
Well, what is it?
It's the number. It's the number.
It's the number.
Ivan!
He's not gonna want to help you out. He'll be thrown in here.
Ничем не могу помочь.
Я тебя богачу.
Money.
Видишь этого американца? Он богач.
Yeah, he's super rich, this guy.
Tell him American.
Oil, tycoon. He's got land. Shit.
You're a real help American, you know that.
Everyone I love, I hurt.
I am the curse.
Oh, he has no idea what's going on in Hawkins right now. What the hell was that?
That the monster that did this to her is still out there.
Eddie.
Hurting others.
Oh. Look, look. I knew he was gonna be next. There's no saving this guy.
And what if this cult is doing shit to us?
Doing what?
What if they cursed us or some shit?
Yeah, exactly.
Patrick thinks he's cursed.
I'm seeing shit, dudes.
Reefer Rick.
Oh no.
He's Eddie's supplier, but someone spotted him back in his house.
Those fishermen are snitches. Oh, we go to the house. I want to see what the house looks like in the real world. See if it's overgrown or overtaken, or if there's a clock in there. Yeah, this looks haunted.
Yeah, that's not creepy.
How are they getting in?
We don't think he's in here, do we?
Well, could be a portal to his place. Hopefully not, though. I'll be in the car. Anybody bring a flashlight? Oh, all of them.
Where'd everyone get those?
Do you need to be told everything?
Standard issue, Steve.
Back pocket.
They just left everything.
I like this. I like spooky investigating stuff. You know, even if there's nothing in here or there's nothing spooky, just the whole setting and them going around like Scooby-Doo, you know? I like that.
You all see that, right?
Max is always seeing stuff.
Yeah.
The clock!
Yeah.
Can we destroy it? Maybe that will help.
Visions? Just a clock.
No, it's not though. It's not, Robin. Wait till you hear it.
Why is this wizard obsessed with clocks? Maybe he's like a clockmaker or something?
Yeah, maybe. Clockmaster.
The answer's right here. Somewhere. Okay, everyone stay in groups of 2. Come on, let's go.
Max shows Lucas.
Sigh? No, I did not sigh.
These two are hilarious.
Why'd you sigh? I didn't sigh, just come on, dude. Boring. Is that it? No.
Well, what can we do? Use the peanut butter to escape? How does that help us? Oh, then.
You know, we should talk this through first.
What is there to talk through?
We're gonna cut our ropes. We're gonna get him, and then we're gonna fly the plane, and we're gonna rescue Hop. What's to understand, Murray? Or we could threaten Yuri and get him to do it. We don't have to fly a plane, but we're still gonna rescue Hop. What's the problem, Murray? Go get that glass. Oh, she's still running from the same room to the same room. Just live in the hallway.
Stop this! Let me out!
Oh, it says 1979 on the camera. Yep, she's a kid. This is very well done, by the way.
This isn't real.
No, but it once was. You'll have to find your own way out. Remember.
Do I have to kill all these children?
Well, well.
Definitely kill this guy.
Training starts any minute now.
Okay.
Hello.
Please, follow me.
What's the training? She just had to play along with the memory? I still think she's just floating in a water thing. See?
564-9087.
But who's gonna answer?
Is it ringing?
No, it's just making a bunch of weird noises.
Contacting the
Let's do
mothership.
this. Does that remind you of anything?
Dialogue.
We're not calling a phone.
It's like a
calling
modem.
a computer.
The only hacker that I know lives in Utah.
Turn around. Look at what you see.
Oh, never-ending story.
Never-ending story.
Susie saved the world last year. And maybe she can save it again.
Yeah, Dustin's girlfriend. Have they forgotten you, Eddie? Do you know who hasn't forgotten you? The basketball people and the fishermen. Oh, they came straight from the funeral.
Shit.
Go out in the water. They can't get you on the water.
That company?
There's no way he talks himself out of it because they wouldn't believe him. But Vecna's coming for... Maybe Vecna can intervene at the right moment. And they'll all see some serious shit.
Could you maybe clarify what sort of clues we're supposed to be looking for?
Oh, anything weird?
The world is full of obvious things which nobody by any chance ever observes. Sherlock Holmes.
Oh.
Thanks, that's great.
Nothing good. Oh, spiders!
Oh, what's wrong?
Frickin' spiders, Nancy.
It's a black widow. Don't go in there.
If there's a spider nesting in there, you're never gonna find it till it lays eggs and all the babies spill out.
What's wrong with you? Guess we should
Just
get back to the
investigating.
investigation. The obvious things are not what people observe. Or
Sherlock Holmes.
Or Sherlock Holmes.
We need to see what happens when Jonathan and Nancy see each other again. They either instantly break up or there's an instant connection again, and that determines what happens with Nancy and Steve. Because I think if Jonathan was not in the picture, there's nothing would stop Nancy and Steve getting together. Like, they are two worlds on a re-collision course. Those two, in a good way, not in a what would happen if two worlds actually collided. Fiery hellscape where Vecna would rule. Not like that. A good sort of collision. Like, let's get back to the episode, shall we?
You're a Kate Bush fan?
Yeah. Now I am.
Everybody is now.
I thought you were like one of the cool kids now.
I'm not cool. I've really missed that.
Missed what?
Your laugh.
You're seeing that, right?
Yeah.
Yep. Where does it get its power from? The underworld? Whew. What's this about? Oh, this is training?
Which brave soul would like to follow that?
11 will rust all those lights. She'll destroy the whole thing. Hey, I would stand back. Shield my eyes from exploding glass.
Remember to stay focused. Find the energy.
He gives such a creepy vibe, doesn't he, this guy? The way he looks at her. Nothing. Hey, don't laugh at her.
Why does he waste so much time with her?
Quiet.
They think you're weak. Show them.
There's one. There's one. Oop.
Waste of time.
No wonder she killed them all. Or maybe she didn't. Maybe it's a misunderstanding. Maybe something else killed them all, and she was last one standing. Oh, Yuri's noticed. Oh, shit.
Did you fall out of your nest?
Sock him.
Not if I break you first.
Here we go. Cobra Kai, dude.
fingers are like arrows, but turn this plane around and I will spare your life.
Yeah, what do you think, Yuri? Do you intimidated?
Huh.
Nice. Oh. Spinning kick. The plane. Wait. The plane. How on earth did they survive this? Perfect landing. I think it's fair to say that Joyce and Murray are in a different show. Great landing. Great landing. Any landing you can walk away from that doesn't cost millions of dollars in damage is a good one. But yeah, they're not in the same show. Those two, the comic adventures, it's like an Indiana Jones movie with them. Hey, where did they land? They're going from Alaska to, I'm not quite sure where in Russia, but how long have they been in the air? How close are they to Hop? What are they going to do even if they were close? Let's get back to it. Meanwhile, back at the haunted house. Is Vecna close? He's going to get that basketball guy, right?
Like the Christmas lights.
Vecna's here. Just on the other side.
That is where he is. Oh.
Come with me.
They can't get him out here. How many oars does he have? Does Steve have the other one?
Hey, freak!
Well, they don't have a boat. He's gonna swim after him. Are you kidding me?
Come on, you piece of
Keep
shit.
paddling, keep paddling.
Flashlights.
Okay, what's happening?
What does it look like from his side? Oh, this is where he... Oh, it's gonna happen here.
Hey, come on, let's go. We almost have him.
He's gonna float up out of the water. Here he goes. Oh, 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 oh. At least he saw it. No, she was flatlining.
Get some air for Christ's sake.
But you're safe now.
Does she have her powers? Oh, she's gonna... Is she really out, do you think? She got her power back. Okay. For her first thought is Angela.
Remarkable.
Stay away.
She could kill you.
I said stay away!
Move, why doesn't work on him?
You didn't think it would be that easy, did you?
More training?
Papa.
Well, she made a choice this time. They're just sleeping. They're just sleeping. We spent a lot less time in her story than I thought we were going to do, based on the title. Last time the title was very Max oriented, and we spent a lot of time with the Max story, but this time it was spread. You know, I think we spent a lot of time with the Max story again, actually, and it's not really the Max story, it's the Vecna story now. Although they continued, I like that they have her listening to the song on a loop, and that she had trouble sleeping because they kept putting the music on. But of course you're gonna have to think that way, you know? You've just saved her with the music, but Vecna could come back for her. But I think Vecna has moved on a little bit. He certainly moved on to the basketball kid. And although it was hard to see, and it was in the pitch black of water, that guy, you know what? I'm finally gonna look up that guy's name. Chrissy's boyfriend, head basketball guy. What is your name, dude? His name is Jason. Jason Carver. Ooh, Carver. And he has seen it. He's seen it happen. Now, granted, Eddie is right next to him. You know, when it happens. And he might think, holy shit, did you do this? Your D&D cult, supernatural powers, did you put a curse on us? You could still blame Eddie. Did you do this to my girlfriend? Did you do that to my friend? But he's certainly more open to believing him that it's just a supernatural frickin' Vecna that's killing people. I don't think he's gonna go after Eddie anymore. Maybe they can team up. Maybe we can get some help from the basketball team to kick Vecna's butt in the end. 11 has started her training. The way they digitally de-age her is fascinating. And even when she's the age she is now, and her hair is all shaved, I'm like, is that just an effect too? You know? They've done it really well. And you can barely tell that it's not real, that it's not the actress at the right age, you know? I really thought all those lights would explode when she put the thing on and everybody was teasing her about her being a waste of time. And that guy, that creepy guy, who I don't think we've ever seen before, what's his deal? What's he giving her that look for? He had a presence, a look about him, didn't he? Anyway, she has gotten back some of her power. She used it in a moment of exasperation at the end, but when she tried it, it didn't work. Second time, so she needs to go back and work on it a bit more. And their relationship, their papa-daughter relationship, is toxic, but also it's not completely evil. And we saw in the first episode that he was joking around with one of the other kids, you know, about his drawing ability. So he's not altogether a bad guy. But he's certainly no Hop. And for some reason I thought he was dead. But I'm glad he isn't. So I guess she's going to go back in the tank and go through more. Maybe we'll see that thing again. You know, and when she can fully control all the lights and blow them up, then she's ready to go. Then she's ready. You know? You got a little bit of it back, but she needs to be full power if she wants to take on Vecna. Meanwhile, in a spooky house, we finally went to see Victor Creel's house, which I've been looking forward to for a while. And it's spooky. You know? The clock is there, and there's all these sorts of creepy rooms. There's a piano. I like the pairings. Dustin and Steve are always funny. Steve and Nancy were funny together too. Robin also everybody in that house was great. And Max and Lucas had a bit of a little chat as well, and she was laughing, and you know, it was nice. And they found the source, at least in our world, of the location of Vecna. Sort of, you know. I don't know if they could do anything from here. Maybe they can portal into it somehow from this location. But it certainly seems to be where he is. You know, when he's doing the most damage in the real world. And yeah, the Hop and Antonov and Murray and Joyce storyline continues to astound and amaze. It's a comedy storyline, but also it's the most perilous and deathifying storyline. They could have they landed a plane with no training and just flipping things. And when I say landed, I mean crashed through trees, and they could be dead. Hey, they could be dead. We know they're not dead, but they could be. So it's a bit larger than life, you know? I compared Hop's story to kind of a James Bond type story last episode. This time, his story was more reflective. How he doesn't feel like he's a bad thing for Joyce to have in his life. That he's cursed the people who was, you know, from his past. People who came back from, I presume, Vietnam. Were all cursed in a way. They carried stuff with them. And he lost hope, you know, he wasn't even trying to escape anymore. So, hey, we're on, that's episode 5. We've got 2 more of this little section, and I think there's only a couple more after that. So I don't know if that story is going to connect to our main story before the end. Maybe not. And in the in-between story, we've got Jonathan and Will and Mike and Argyle. Oh, they buried that guy. He died. He was the best. I was hoping he'd survive, but he didn't. And they found a number. They tried to call it, but it was just a computer. So now they're going to Dustin's girlfriend, and she's going to try and hack into it and figure out something, figure out where it is maybe. And then I can see that story certainly coinciding with Al. But yeah, everybody's very separate. We got four storylines now, you know. The one with the Vecna, that part of the story is still the most entertaining and the one I want to see the most. But I'm sure everything will slowly start to join together, you know. Next episode is called Careful now, careful. The Dive. What does that mean? She's swimming in this one. Maybe she needs to dive. Don't do that, you'll drown. Or maybe we have to dive into the underworld, the netherworld. Or maybe it's just a bad place to be, you know, a dive. Or maybe Eddie and... I literally looked up his name, didn't I? Didn't I look up his name? Didn't I say I'm going to look up his name and find it out? Wow. Wow. Jason. Just think, Freddy and Jason. Just think that. So it's Eddie and Jason. They're going to be best friends, and they're going to take a deep dive down into... They're going to get Vecna underneath the water. Take that, you stupid underwater demon. Next time. They're going to dunk on him with a basketball. A 20-sided basketball. Hey, we already have the parallel between the basketball shot and the dice rolls. So, gotta take your shot. Maybe the finale against Vecna will combine literally everybody's superpowers. You know? Basketballs, dice, 11, music, you know, all sorts of things. Flashlights. You could probably come up with something for everybody to use. Yeah. Anyway, good episode, as with all the other episodes this season. And after last week's peak, it was going to be hard to... We did come down from it. We sort of went last week, and now we're just like back to a normal level of good show. Looking forward to next week's episode. Looking forward to the next episode. which I'll get to in a couple of days probably. So yeah, thanks for watching. Come back for the dive next time, and we'll dive into it.